I'm going to be reviewing the Earlybird morning cocktail. Now, I'm really curious about this because I'm always looking for energy, right? And I'm a big early guy. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I've got a family. I'm an entrepreneur, and with business and family and just life in general, I need energy, and that's what this product is intended to do. So it claims, but we're going to find out together how legit this really is. So, thank you for watching this, and let's dive right into this. I did go ahead and do this earlier. What you're supposed to do with, according to the product, is you mix this with water and you leave it in your nightstand. So I took this not too long ago, and we're going to be kind of going through this together so we can talk about my energy levels and how it's affected me, and honestly, like all the good stuff that's in here. So let's get into this. It's been a few hours since I, take this, and it comes with this beautiful shaker here, which is so kind. I think it's nifty, it's nice, but I do want to talk because talk about that, the smell, taste. These things are big concerns for me. 05 a.m., 4:30 in the morning. You want to make sure that things taste great. And I can tell you this, it does taste great. It's got this really smooth citrus flavor to it. I'm impressed with the results so far. I really have to say that I can feel my energy peaking up just a little bit initially when I first started doing a recording, but now I can see it's like, oh, I'm really starting to get this. And I have to say, I can really feel my energy levels are definitely going up, right? So it's like, okay, when, but I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue checking on this, and I'm going to follow up because you never know, right? And I've just tried so many different products. I'm a big health guy, and we all know that just because something starts off great, what's it going to feel like after a few days of kind of going back into it? One thing I do have to note, because if you've ever taken caffeine, a lot of coffee, or maybe you've had different experience with other energy drinks, you worry about the jitters. So far, there are no jitters, and it's been a few hours, so I think we are in the clear. But I definitely, again, notice that my energy has gone up. But I will say this, I am slightly cautious. So I'm still going to be a little skeptical about it. I'm still hopeful, but a little skeptical about it. But so far, I feel great. No jitters, and and I think another thing is I want to mention that there is no funky aftertaste that you tend to get sometimes. I do want to note that I've taken this without food, and I haven't had any weird side effects because it's been super early anymore. All right, so I'm going to continue taking this for a few more days because I want to be sure, and I want to make sure that I'm telling you something that is accurate. All right, so we're in a day 2. I'm feeling high energy. I'm still feeling really good. And I wanted to get a few days, but I wanted to also kind of check back in now, thinking about it, about some different trends. And you can tell I'm kind of skeptical about it because I'm like, is this real? Is this going to stick? Is this going to stay? And so far it has. I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I want to see how things are going. But so far, day 2 is rocking out really well. I'm liking the way that I am feeling. I mean, I haven't noticed any crash, but in fact, there hasn't been a crash. I'm going to check back a little bit later to let you know how the day 3, 4 are going. So we are in day 4. I'm feeling higher energy after I've taken it, but not as high energy as yesterday. But it's not bad. Still no jitters, still no grogginess. I'm feeling good as I feel more optimistic. So I'm really liking this. So far, I've been able to get more things done, and the last few days, I haven't had that midday crash that sometimes happens, maybe where you need that cup of coffee or you need to kind of get out. I'm not feeling any of that, so that's freaking phenomenal. So this has been a really great update. Things are looking great, right? So fingers crossed that things are going to continue this way. I'm going to be sharing some more thoughts on this later, as like my thoughts right now are racing because I got this energy and I want to get out there and just do things. And it's super early and I don't want to wake anybody up. So I'm be checking back in with you all later. And the verdict is in over these last 5 days. And let's just start before I thought the solid recommendation. Let's just look at, how this is really working well for me. I love it. It's got electrolytes. I love. If anybody's curious about nootropics, this is something that I can honestly say that I feel my brain chemistry functioning better, if that makes sense. Way I translate it is I feel more optimistic. I'm a pretty optimistic person as it is, but I'm noticing that I'm ready to get some things done right. And I know their big phrase is, get things done, and that's not the way they say it, but I have to say that I feel wonderful. But there was, this initial, I have to be honest here. After the first day, it wasn't quite as high, but it was still insanely higher, even coming from natural energy. And I wasn't using coffee, but I feel more focused than when I did have coffee. So I gotta say, if you are a person who's having maybe some digestion issues with coffee, I think this is a phenomenal alternative. Maybe you might not, your stomach doesn't agree well with dairy. Maybe it's just some of the other things that might be putting into it and it just kind of doesn't sit well with you. This is a phenomenal product for you to use. Now, I will have to kind of be honest with you. If you are a person who wants to nap, do not take this. It's not that you're going to have this giant rush of energy. You're going to feel like you can run through walls, but you're going to notice, like, wow, I feel great. I'm feeling good. But it's just nice calm where you can almost kind of feel it kicking up and picking in, picking up and kicking in, right? And when it's like that, you can kind of second guess it. But what you will find if you try to take a nap midday, that you're not going to be able to go to sleep. It kicks in slowly and it takes about 30 minutes, but it's not this immediate boom burst of energy, but it's this little gradual increase. But you notice it, which is awesome, because that's why I think a lot of people get those jitters. I have to say, I love this stuff a lot more than coffee. And I never thought I would say that because I'm a black coffee drinker, and I have been for like the last 15 years. But I'm always looking for things that are better. And this early bird, I have to say, has been well worth it. And it's simple because you don't have to think about something else to do early in the morning. You make it the night before and leave it. Leave it on the nightstand. You get in and take it. But it's got my verdict. If you want some more information about Early Bird Morning Cocktail, what I want you to do is check out the description, really brief, to kind of give you some of the more benefits of it. Not only is it sugar-free and dairy-free and a few other things, an excellent nootropic, but it's got some really cool ingredients in here that honestly passed my list, and they have me feeling really good.